Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has finished a 5-day trip of Japan. His visit was marked by agreements to increase security cooperation between the two countries. Marcos returned to the Philippines on Sunday after meeting with Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Both sides pledged to increase joint military exercises with a focus on maritime security and Coast Guard cooperation. It was Marcos' first bilateral trip as president. This comes as his country looks for allies to help deter an increasingly aggressive China. For more on what further cooperation between the Philippines and Japan could mean for the region, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to Aaron Matthew Lariosa, a security analyst based in Washington, D.C.
Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has just wrapped up his trip to Japan. What came out of this trip?
The most significant thing security-wise would probably be the disaster relief treaty, the terms of reference that the two parties did. That's pretty big, all things considered, because that's been roughly the main point of engagement between the Philippine military and Japanese militaries. In fact, actually, this is really crucial because the Philippine delegation to Turkey in response to the earthquake, the Army sent the 525th Engineering Combat Battalion, and that unit received Japanese training, which really does show the amount of cooperation these two parties go through. Another big point that was brought up, interestingly, by Marcos is the joint Philippine Coast Guard and JICA cooperation on a potential base for Japanese-built Coast Guard vessels in Subic Bay. That's pretty big because we've been seeing a lot of Japanese involvement with Philippine maritime security, especially regarding the Philippine Coast Guard.
We've seen an increase in Japanese and Philippine security cooperation. Why is this happening now?
The framework has probably, I'd say, of all the countries in Southeast Asia, the Philippines have probably been the go-to for Japan starting at the bat. Philippine-Japanese relations, diplomatic ties have been going back really far back. The Philippines has received a lot of development support from Japan dating back to the 60s and 70s, so this is a really concrete relationship. Recently, I'd say there's more on the part of Japan's role in the Indo-Pacific, especially with their motto, a free and open Indo-Pacific. That's why you see so much Japanese backing. For example, 12 patrol vessels they've given the Philippine Coast Guard through loans, maritime security enhancement projects, and all this type of stuff. It's really due to the recent shift in Japanese policies that has allowed this cooperation to, let's just say, take a more prominent role in security.